Hey everybody, it's the Mad Master here. I'm doing another video today. Unfortunately, I'm having to do this video with the realization that I was right about something else, unfortunately, that I predicted about a month ago or a few weeks ago, and that's something that I will not mention the actual name of on YouTube, and I will not be discussing the specifics of this, so I have to use coded language because of my previous aberration upon this platform. I'll be doing more BitChute stuff, by the way. So right now, I don't know what's going to happen with mandated rules that we have to follow in this town, but I am aghast with the sudden reversal of the cat with regards to the magical cloth squares, as a certain person calls them. And I'm just done with all this stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if I do get kicked out of some places in the next couple months, because I'm not going to wear that thing at certain places. I don't want to get kicked out of a place that I usually go to because I don't want to like be banned forever or something. So I may find like a special place to get kicked out of just for the hell of it to see what happens. But it's just, if they do mandate things again, I will be very mad. And I've already applied to jobs in other states, the free states. Of course, I don't want to move necessarily, but if it's going to be a yearly or annual event where they close things down or do these things, then I do not want to live in that type of area. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to go on forever, of course. I'm just saying that it seems like forever with how a lot of people talking about this. We're going to be wearing this forever, every full day then. Fuck you. But anyways, this is not what this video is about. Of course, it's a related subject, but I was thinking today, there's a lot of shaming of people, Trump supporters, for not doing the thing. And then I've heard some statistics that really freaked me out. And they're being scapegoated for America not wanting to face certain things right now. Let's just be fucking real about this. Okay, as people know, if people watch my videos, I'm kind of on the edge. You might say that I'm a little bit right-wing nowadays more than I used to be, but I never, and I talk about the hypocrisy of BLM and some of the protests when they, told people to stay at home. The next month they say, "Oh, don't stay at home." Well, it didn't know any better because they had a brand new novel. You know what? No, that's not true. They already knew all this shit by then. So, fuck you, anybody that says that. So this one, though, this is a real doozy. At least in my county, 2/3 of people of African American descent are not getting the, at least in my county, the shot, right? And I saw this, what really pointed me to this was, ironically, watching Fox News a little bit. I watched this Fox News clip, and this woman was like, "Oh, they're not even news." And I'm just like, okay, so this is the reality is that the rates amongst that community is way lower. And nobody is talking about this other than maybe Michael Tracy, who is a journalist who I've just discovered is fucking incredible. I thought Glenn Greenwald and Matt Taibbi were great, but this guy I like his writing. I love both those guys, but this guy's writing just like has this like snark to it that I really the snarkness that I really enjoyed. So I highly recommend checking him out too. So he's talking about this. Nobody else is talking about this. Maybe Fox News is, And then there was a local station which was a more liberal affiliate that was talking about this, at least in our community. So what, the media will blame white Trump supporters for not getting the shot, and meanwhile, we have a huge community of people not doing this, and it's pure hyperbole that we're not hyperbole, that wouldn't be the right word, but just they're scapegoating people for the wrong reason in this situation. But the real elephant in the room is that people do not want, America does not want to face its history of, we could talk about BLM or fucking, cops or whatever all day. This is like this token thing that people do, or wokeness or whatever. But people do not want to face why people do not of this, of people of this persuasion do not want to do this. And there's a lot of reasons. There are a lot of reasons that involve experimentation, just a history of medical, malfeasance in regards to this stuff. And this is not a fucking video, by the way, YouTube. I'm just talking about a fucking sociological phenomenon. So if this gets fucking pulled, you can, whatever. But anyways, people are not talking about this subject enough. This is a terrible, terrible thing that's happening as far as them blaming other people so they can't face this history. And I don't know if it's because of that or they want to be politically correct. It's probably a mixture of both. I would say there is some actual racism involved with this whole subject, because, oh, you can't go after that, And it's like, well, they see, it's like they ignore the problem of this, hesitancy amongst this group, of these groups of people. And it's the poor, the working poor, that are hesitant for a good fucking reason. They've been fucked over by the elites, by big pharma, and these people, the elites, the higher ups, for hundreds of years. And it doesn't matter, actually, racially, even beyond that. Poor people, just like I said in my previous video, poor people bore the brunt of this shit. You have some fucking white Karen, right? She shops at Trader Joe's. Sorry, I shop there too, but shops at fucking Whole Foods and wears a fucking mask, like driving down the street by herself in her fucking condo. I'm just talking on my remote work. Deliver me this. Fucking gets food delivered all the time. This fucking like this sanctimonious cunt, right? Who goes on Twitter and says Trump supporters, why aren't they wearing masks or getting the shot? And in the meantime, these people are fucking, she secretly, maybe privately, is a racist, right? But she doesn't want to come across that way, so she overcompensates in this other direction. And that's what I'm talking about here. It's like this weird deflection of the real problem in this situation. If people, granted, the people that are watching this, if they support this whole drive or whatever, I'm just talking from hypothetical point of view, as if this is something good. And I'm not saying that this whole drive for this whole thing is necessarily something that everybody should do, or everybody should say, but they're ignoring the elephant in the room when they attack people for not doing this, and then they ignore a huge proportion of people that aren't doing it too. But mostly, even worse, ignore the reasons. See, I like getting into the roots of things, the root causes, and that's something that I've been into since I was a kid. But these people, these maniacs that want to attack people for not doing this, not wanting to submit to this thing. These people are talking some of the stuff on Twitter, and some of the stuff even like Democracy Now! Had this woman. It's like, I wouldn't trust those people. If you really want to, I guess, let's turn this around. Maybe she's a racist. Maybe Leanna Wen is a racist, right? maybe these people are fucking racist. Maybe secret, maybe not outwardly, but definitely fucking, you know, insidiously racist, possibly. And nobody wants to talk about this. Not nobody, but, you know, not anybody, but it's very rare that I see coverage of this. And we got to talk about these things, like these experiments and eugenics and all this shit from back. Oh no, now I'm flagged. Back in the day, in the early 1900s, you know, when we were talking about all this stuff, why people don't, you know, why people are mistrustful of these people, of the authorities. I mean, why are people mistrustful? Because of the Tuskegee stuff, you know, all these things that happened, you know, all these crazy things. And so it goes through the history, the timeline of history, and that's why people are hesitant to do this thing that I'm talking about nowadays. And nobody, you know, hardly anybody's talking about this. And then Michael Tracy is, you know, I think Matt Taibbi is, and I'm sure Glenn Greenwald is, and some other people, and, you know, I mean, sure, like, sometime Jimmy Dore will have a video about it, and maybe even Kyle Kalinske, maybe. He's kind of gone a little, you know, people are talking about Kyle Kalinske, like, oh, he's sold out, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, some of his recent footage was a little bit questionable, I'll admit. I really love the guy for a long time, but I'm going to see if this passes muster. I hope it does, but, you know, it's like, people don't want to look at their own racism or history of things. Talk about, you know, racist police policies and stuff like that. That's just their token little fucking cause, right? They don't want to look at these other things. They don't want to be inconvenienced, these people that are pushing these mandates and stuff. They don't want to be inconvenienced. They want to have the people as plebs. Like I said in my previous video, it was impossible for someone in certain socioeconomic positions to quarantine and to just remote work or fucking, you know, isolate for months on end, or even, you know, like, even wear the magical cloth square, right? I mean, some position, you know, sometimes that's impossible to do just because, you know, or it's very uncomfortable, you know. So you blame these people, you're blaming the poor, and by extension, different races, for your own fucking, you know, your own fucking authoritarian, upper class bourgeois bullshit, you know, that you fucking caused yourselves. You caused this with neoliberalism and fucking big PHARMA. If we're to believe, if the I'm going to use the code words, the Wu-Tang Clan Han Solo thing is to be believed, neoliberalism causes these rich fucking assholes, the elites, fucking cause this shit, indirectly or directly, because of free trade and, you know, all this stuff. They fucking cause, I mean, and just like free trades lead to lower standards, which lead to more, you know, and then there's other things, a confluence of factors, you know. You cause this shit. Fucking own up, you know? You caused this. The government caused hesitancy by changing shit every 5 fucking minutes and being such assholes, not giving people a fucking living, losing their livelihoods. I'm not gonna fucking follow your shit. You fucking ruined it, motherfuckers. That's about all. Peace out.